Shalom, shalom, brother Chanan. I'm here to talk about how women are supposed to be. I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Enough respect to you brothers teaching and preaching the truth worldwide. I'm going to get into it because, the Heavenly Father have an order for you women, how y'all supposed to conduct yourself, how y'all supposed to be. We love y'all, but, the days we're in, we understand that, our enemies got us in captivity. And, I understand it's hard day to day, but, you got to try your best to be a better woman than, you don't want to be a whore, amongst the men, because we're going to look at you differently if you being loud-mouthed and not trying to be meek and obedient. But this is captivity, so what can we do but to show y'all the righteous way on how y'all supposed to conduct yourself. We love y'all, but we got to rebuke y'all sharply on how y'all conducting yourself, because it's important to a woman to keep herself for glory for of the man. You know what I'm saying? Because we are above y'all to show y'all how y'all supposed to be. Because we're the glory of y'all, So, there was an account back then, during the time of Egypt with Moses, Miriam, and Aaron. Miriam kind of got out of place, and then the Most High was not feeling it. So the Most High, did some things that Miriam wouldn't want to like, for the days after. So, I'm gonna pull it up right now. It's in the book of Numbers, chapter 12. I'm gonna start at verse 3. Now the man Moses was very meek above all the men which were upon the face of the earth. So Moses was very quiet. He was very gentle. He wasn't much of a outspoken person. He was real quiet. So, and the Lord, was pleased with that. The Lord is pleased with men who are, meek and understanding, who's trying to, do their best to follow his ways and don't want to do anything wrong. Just being, how can I say it? Being blameless, you could say. Being blameless. Don't want to be taking account for any wrong action. Trying to stay away from problems. Not trying to get involved to anything that's wrong. So, verse 4, and the Lord spake suddenly unto Moses and unto Aaron and unto Miriam. Miriam was with Aaron and Moses. I believe that was Moses. I believe that was his cousin. I'm not sure, but if you brothers know who Moses, if Moses was related to Miriam, put it in the comment box. Because we all here to edify one another as well as ourselves. I'm unsure of who she was related to, but but Miriam was always there with Aaron and Moses, because she felt more. She was much more spiritual compared to the other women. So I believe Moses was related to Miriam, and I believe that Aaron was. If you have, what I'm saying, we're here to edify one another. If you let me know what the position of Miriam with Moses and Aaron. All right. Let's get back to it. Unto Miriam. Come out ye there unto the tabernacle of the congregation. And they three came out. So there's three of them, and the Lord wanted us, a specific people and a specific number to come out unto him. So it looked like they were hiding. Come out ye three unto the tabernacle of the congregation. They three came out, and Yahweh came down in the pillar of the cloud. Yahweh Shemashai came down in the pillar of the cloud, and stood in the door of the tabernacle, and called Aaron and Miriam, because they were with Moses, and he was curious on what's going on there, and they both came forth. He said, "Hear now my words," and this is Yahweh Shemashai. "Hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I Yahweh will make myself known unto him in a vision." And as you can see, Yahweh Shemashai was dealing with Moses, and his Hebrew name is Masha. So Yahweh Shemashai was dealing with Masha. So it goes to show that the Lord is only dealing with the men. The men are his visionaries, his prophets, to bring forth the word of what's to come, or the word of how to conduct things, or the word of how his law is supposed to be, placed. Came down in a pillar of a cloud and stood in the door of the tabernacle, and called Aaron and Miriam, and they both came forth. He said, "Hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, Yahweh Shemashai, will make myself known unto him in a vision." So that's basically prophesying. "And will speak unto him in a dream." So the Lord dealing with people who's spiritual, who's sleeping, who he's manifesting their visions, and want the prophets to bring it forth to the congregation, like the children of Israel. So he's dealing with the men here. "And will speak unto him in a dream." And so that's a cut, because that goes to show the Lord is only dealing with men, because men is much more spiritual than the woman. The woman, is considered the weaker vessel, because they easily could go off when you tell them something smooth and deceit. They're like sponges. They're gonna soak into what you say. So whatever you say, they could easily condemn you, or come against you with whatever they're being told. And then, that's spiritual. Come down and pillars, Salakia, and will speak unto them in a vision. My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all mine house. So Moses always, hearken on to the commandments and the laws of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Listen and, kept it quiet, and whatever Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai told Moses would go forth and do. He would not, deny the Lord. He will listen to the Lord, With him I will speak mouth to mouth, even apparently. Like Yahweh Shemashai had that level of respect of speaking to Moses. And not in dark speeches. And the similitude of Yahweh Shemashai shall he behold. Wherefore then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses? Because Yahweh Shemashai respect Moses to a father to son level, speaking to Moses. Okay? And the anger of the Lord, Yahweh Shemashai, was kindled against them, because they didn't respect that, or they side that Yahweh Shemashai was dealing with Moses in a father to son level, or a man to man level. They felt disregarded by Yahweh Shemashai the way he was dealing with Moses. and that goes for Aaron and Miriam. They didn't respect that, because Moses was respectful and meek. He was very meek, very quiet and gentle. He took his time with people. He listened. He didn't say much. He just, whatever he heard, he went to go do it. He was at that kind of level. He was, very spiritual, in a sense. Was kindled against them, and he departed. Now listen, this is verse 9. And the anger of Yahweh B'Shem Yashai was kindled. The Lord was furious against them, and he departed. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle. The chariot is going away from the three, Moses, Aaron, and Miriam. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle. And behold, means look, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. So what is leprosy? Now that's the question you got to ask yourself. Leprosy is a curse on your skin of no pigmentation. So Miriam, and we're gonna go into that. We're gonna look into what leprosy means. She was white as snow, and Aaron looked up on her. So Aaron looked, you know how somebody's getting in shock? Aaron looked in shock at Miriam and saw that Miriam was leprous as snow. So he was like, oh man, oh. He was in shock. Behold, she was leprous. So he was like, look, she's leprous. So he was shocked that she went from pigment to no pigment. And that's what leprosy is basically loss of pigment. Your skin is cursed. You lost pigment because the Lord cursed you with that. And verse 11, and Aaron said unto Moses, alas, my Lord. But before we're going to go into that, let's go to the book of Leviticus. We're going to come back to verse 11. We're going to come back to verse 11, book of Leviticus. Book of Leviticus. Book of Leviticus. Book of Leviticus, chapter 13. That's what I'm looking for. Akim, chapter 13. It's 12. 13. We're here. Salakia. Okay. So we're going to start at verse 43. Then the priest shall look upon it, and behold, if the rising. Now this is the curse of leprosy, explained in Leviticus. This is a law. If the rising of the sore be white, reddish in his bald head, that means his hair becoming a different texture. So you're going from black, you're going from hairy to bald, or in the bald forehead as the leprosy appeareth in the skin, which means leprosy is like your flesh is whiter than your actual color. So which means your skin is damaged. Your skin is damaged. Leprosy is basically your skin is getting damaged. And then the priest shall look upon it, and behold, Salakia. We got the in verse 44. He is a leprous man. So this is explained. So as the leprosy appeareth in the skin of the flesh, so it could be man or woman, because woman is made from the man. He is leprous. He is a leprous man. He is a leprous man. So his skin is not the same color. His skin is cursed with leprosy. That means he is unclean. So leprosy is unclean. So you see the so-called white man out there, they're unclean people. They're cursed with leprosy. They don't have no pigmentation. They look like their skin look like it's always bleeding. Unclean. And the priest shall pronounce him utterly unclean. His plague is in his head. And the leper, verse 45, and the leper in whom the plague is, his clothes shall be rent, and his head. That means you got to shave your head when you have cursed with this, cursed with leprosy. And he shall put a covering upon his upper lip, and shall cry, unclean, unclean. So he's supposed to wrap his mouth with like a bandana or something like that. So, and his upper lip, and shall cry, unclean, unclean. So leprosy is a curse to people who don't have pigment. Salakia. To people who have pigment. Got to correct myself on that. So let's get back into that situation with Miriam, because she provoked the Lord to anger, because they sighed at the Lord about the Lord dealing with Moses. Verse 11. And Aaron said unto Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us. Meaning, they saw Miriam get that sin of leprosy. Aaron and Moses were exceedingly afraid of that situation or countenance. They was exceedingly afraid because Miriam disrespected the Lord. And that's what's going on. Miriam disrespected the Lord, saying that, why him? Why are you dealing with him? So she got rude, and then the Lord, got angry and dashed off. They're oblivious on like what's going on. What is he gonna do? And boom, look, she's unclean, leprosy. She's cursed with leprosy. She sinned. Why that snow? So, and back to it. Verse 11. And Aaron said unto Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly. I mean, they was speaking foolishly. Wherein we have sinned. And this is what he said. Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed, when he come out of his mother womb. So they don't want to be sin with that curse of leprosy. They don't want to be sin with the leprosy. They want to ensure that, man come out with his pigment, in the way of a man supposed to be, regular with pigment, meaning melanated skin. And Moses cried unto the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, saying, he was crying. He was like, oh my gosh, please stop. You don't want to see Miriam the way she is. And Masha, Moses, so Moses' name in Hebrew is Masha, cried unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, saying, heal her now, oh Yahweh, I beseech you. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai said unto Masha, if her father had but spit in her face. So he's saying that she being disrespectful, and her father had spit in her face about, what she's done wrong. Basically, he's spitting in the curse. He's spitting in that sin on her because she was being rude. Should she not be ashamed? Should she not be ashamed? 7 days. So she's cursed for 7 days. Let her be shut out from the camp. So she has to stay away from everybody with this curse. 7 days, and after that, let her be received in again. So after the 7 days is fulfilled and complete, she could come back to the camp. So Miriam is away from everybody. So that means she's on punishment through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahshai. She's on punishment because she have been disrespectful to Yahweh Shem Yahshai. She didn't care. So she was moving in a she was moving in contempt. And Miriam was shut off from the camp 7 days. And the people ignored her. Wait, Salat. And the people journeyed on till Miriam was brought in again. So basically, she's away from the camp. So you women, y'all gotta, control y'all emotions to a level where, don't do too much. And that's what's going on in modern day society. Our women's out of order, but we understand why, because we're in the hands of the wicked. Job chapter 9 verse 24 say the earth is given in the hands of the wicked. So when the earth is given in the hands of the wicked, their mind is subjected to what the wicked think, because the wicked has the power and the rulership over many nations. But the elect is aware of this thing. So the women goes to who has the power, and Esau Edom got that power. He got the money. He got this. There's so much pleasure going on. So they love that pleasure that's being given unto them. They love that. Esau Edom put him on the pedestal. He's the so-called white man of the Bible. He's the wicked of the Bible, also known as the sword. That's a video for another time. That's a topic for another time. But they have different names. So get back into this. You women gotta control your mouth, man. Respect your man, or respect men, because back then in the ancient days, the way we used to have y'all absolutely couldn't say pretty much nothing, because if you said something, you would be, you would be put in place by the man of the Lord. If it got serious, you would be put to death. And that's how it was in the ancient days. And this is all according to the scriptures. We're going to go to the book of Sirach. The book of Sirach. Ecclesiasticus. He says some things about how women are supposed to be. It's 30 something. So I'm gonna start, 26. Let's start 26. There's a lot of meat here. I don't want to make this video too long, but I'm just trying to make a point on how you women are supposed to be. Book of Sirach, chapter 26, verse 26. A woman that honor, giving her respect, her husband shall be judged wise of all. So if you honor your husband, respect your husband, you're considered a wise woman. So you're basically choosing the path of righteousness than wickedness when you're honoring your husband, respecting him, reverencing him. You're on the right list rather than the left list, or the good list. The good list is the right list, and the bad list is the unright list. So the unrighteous list. You got the righteous list and the unrighteous list. Getting back to it, shall be judged wise of all, but she that dishonor him in her pride, so she don't respect him, continues contentions and being disrespectful, him in her pride shall be counted ungodly of all. So basically profane. So she that dishonor her husband is profane. And in ancient days, a woman's supposed to be with one man. Today's society, a woman is with multiple men, which is considered whoredom. So, they're in a straight situation right now. So let's get back into it. Verse 27: a loud crying woman and a scold shall be sought to drive away the enemies. So not even enemies want to hear a loud crying woman, meaning she's obnoxious, disrespectful to society. She's basically she has lack of knowledge on how she's supposed to conduct herself on the road. So a loud crying woman, it hurts the man's mind. It makes a man look at you differently. A man don't want to deal with you, and that energy is like it's like somebody basically is worse than somebody getting shot but with a gun. Like it's basically running away from a woman, or you're making a man run away from you, and it's better to just basically keep quiet. Keep quiet to save yourself the trouble. When you keep quiet, you begin to see more as women. I begin to see more when you keep quiet. Y'all see who's right for you, but you're not supposed to be picky on. You can't. We're in society where Esau give you the privilege to pick any man you want to pick, but realistically, if a man wants you, you're supposed to accept that. Whether you like it or not. But this is we're in a different condition. We're under the curses still. Deuteronomy 28:15 going on down to 68 is still in effect. These curses are still on it. So just try to do your best to stay on the righteous path, because you have much more to do as women to be on the righteous path. There's never even Solomon said he could find, out of all the bad men he could find one, but out of all the women he can't find none. So it's easier for a man to be righteous than a woman. So you have to understand that. But your glory is the man, because the man glory is the Most High. So it goes to show that the Most High is dealing with the man. I'm gonna get into that scripture. Let me just keep it in order right now. We're gonna go to Sirach 10. Oh, Salakia. I didn't finish Salakia. The Wadi Abashim Rashai, for rebuking myself. And verse 28, there be two things that grieve my heart. The third make me angry. This is what the Lord is saying. Angry. A man of war that suffereth poverty, and basically a man who likes to protect his own, but he's in poverty. He like to protect his own, but he can't do much. Men of war that suffereth poverty, and men of understanding that are not set by, and one that return from righteousness to sin. So basically, a man who's returning from righteousness to sin is so bad. How could you, go from righteousness to sin? Because you are, you're consumed by what the carnal world is, and being carnal is enmity with the Most High. So you going from spiritual to carnal, and going to carnal, you be consumed by the world of, wickedness, profane things that that are not important, things that could be cast away easily, with a snap of the Lord's finger. So how could it's best to just stay spiritual, because the reward at the end is going to be glorious. The recompense of that reward is going to be glorious, and that's what we men of the Lord are aiming for. We're aiming for that glory of the new heaven on new earth, the new heaven on a new earth, the water. So righteousness is sin. The Lord prepares such one for the sword, and that's the destruction, or that's the judgment. It can be in the form of different ways. The Lord have a sword in different manner of ways. We're gonna go to the book of Sirach. We're still in Sirach. We're gonna go to chapter 10. Chapter 10, verse 19. They that fear Yahweh Shemashai are a sure seed, and they that love him an honorable plant. They that regard not the law are a dishonorable seed. They that transgress the commandments are a deceivable seed. So you women, y'all dishonor the law. Y'all easily could be a dishonorable seed. Y'all transgress the commandments. And it goes for you men too, because all of us as Israelites, we went off on the law, statutes, and commandments. But doing this thing of staying in the faith, you gotta do your best to try to keep these commandments and not try to transgress. You gotta be more spiritual rather than carnal. But the conditions is difficult because Esau got us struggling. You so-called Negroes, Hispanic, Native American, Seminole Indians, from Judah down to Issachar. You got to do your best in this captivity. That's why grace is in place, but it's always going to be in place until the Lord come back, because the conditions is it's terrible. But we got to do our best. But you women are weak, and it's easy for you to go off. Once you utter your mouth, and the Lord said, death and life lies into the tongue. Once you utter your mouth, that's when you're creating snares for men. So basically, you're grieving the man's heart. So if you speak that's not wise, and you speak in folly, then you're basically condemning yourself as a woman who's not respectful, and you don't want to be in that category, because once you make it a righteous man anger, the Lord look at that, and then he's going to be against you. So but not only but he's going to try to correct you spiritually. He's going to try to correct you, but if it's getting too difficult, you don't want to be on that side of the Lord. You don't want to kindle his anger, because I talked about the account what he did with Miriam. He plagued her with leprosy, and that he made her lose her pigment right there and then. And that's how terrible the Lord is. We're dealing with the king of terrors here. So you could be straight one day, and the next day you're twisted. He could twist you up like just in a blink of an eye. Once he departs after his kindled anger, he can mess you up, and you don't want to be in that. You don't want to be in that position with the Lord, because the Lord is no games. He's a man of his word. So right, in this captivity, women are considered dishonorable seeds, because y'all following the way of the enemy. But the Lord is merciful during this time. But once that mercy switch off, it's going to be very difficult to have a righteous man to overshadow you, because you got to find one. And then you being rebellious at this level, a righteous man is absolutely not going to look at you. So, all that, rejection and, trying to be independent and trying to be above the man is going to come to an end. And you're going to be on your own when the enemies, when the enemies start to come in and for the attack. So, it's best for you women to just keep it shut and respect the man, the way of the man wisdom. So, and if he's telling you so, follow what he's saying, because he may lead you on a path that you're gonna be rewarded with in the future. And that path, some women that's having dreams about having long hair, that may come, and that's gonna come, but you gotta follow the man of the Lord to not be judged by the Lord in the time to come, because we're in those times. This is the perilous times that we're in. So this is high time to wake up out of sleep, listen to what the men of the Lord have to say. Don't have much to say, but to listen and hearken on what he has to say, because this is a message, to you Hebrew Israelites, you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians. Even West Indians is considered Negroes too, but that they all derive from the tribe of Judah, from Judah to Levi. So there's Judah, Benjamin, Levi. Those are Negroes. You gotta listen. You gotta respect the Lord and his ways. Don't, it's two paths with the Lord. There's no confusion. There's no middle. It's either death or life. But the Lord have mercy. So which mercy means is take time to get it right. Or if you don't get it right, you're going to perish. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. And so the book of Salakia, we're going to go to the book of Isaiah in the Old Testament. Chapter 3. Book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 16. So I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start at 12. I'm gonna start at 12. This is the position that we're in modern times. It's difficult for the Israelite man to be, his heritage, because we're in this kind of condition. Chapter 3, verse 12. As for my people, which are the Israelites, you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, as for my people, children are their oppressors. So we're oppressed by Esau, Edom. They act like children. They're fools. They're wicked. They're profane. So his birthright for morsel meat. And it goes to show that he's absolutely not fit for the kingdom. And the kingdom is to come. It haven't come yet. So the law was never done away with. We're still in the old covenant. So all the old books is still in effect right to this day. We're judged from those old books. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. Esau, Edom, put women over the pedestal, because this is Sodom and Egypt, and they're going off of the time of this is a revised Roman Empire, so they're going off of whatever the Roman Empire had offered. They're bringing it back into Babylon the Great, which is America, and pushing this notion that of the Queen of Heaven spirit. So, they're putting women on the pedestal, making them feel like they have, all rights to do whatever they want. They could sleep with who they want. They could be, lesbians. And this is all profane things, You know what? Book of Deuteronomy. Because the Lord had a law stating, this is how the Lord keeps things in order. I'm gonna show you what you women are doing to this day. Y'all have this colored hair thing going on. Y'all dating your own sisters. What is this dating thing? Sleep with another woman. It's off. It's all off. Wearing the pants. Salaki, we're going to go Deuteronomy 22 and 25. Now, 22 verse 5. Listen. The woman shall not wear that which is pertaining unto the man. The pants. The the pants, boxers, not supposed to wear what's pertaining to the man. Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. Men wearing a pocketbook, dresses, makeup. And that, makeup it's witchcraft. It's, this is sorcery. This is, you're putting demons on your face. And you're looking like something out of a comic book, or, or some type of anime show or cartoon. You're looking like you look off, you look off. On a woman's garment, for all that do are abomination unto Yahweh thy power. So this is an abomination. A woman wearing the pants, but the conditions we are in, it's best to you go try, if your job say that you gotta wear some type of pants, it's respectful. But you women are supposed to wear dresses, supposed to wear your head wrap. You're not supposed to show, your chest. You're supposed to cover your chest. You're supposed to have respect for yourself. And you're not supposed to speak much. You're supposed to stay in order. If you had any question, you have to go to your husband and ask. Going to another man, it goes to show you dishonor your husband. But you give respect. You give reverence to your husband. Going off to another man is, you're showing that you committing whoredom. But you could, you give your peace. If a man peace you, give him peace. But that's considered your brother. So a woman shall not wear what's pertaining to a man, and that's what Esau Edom pushed, that notion of woman can be independent or be the man over the man. You know what I'm saying? Try to be over the man. And then be able to do manly jobs like construction work and police and firefighter. All this, it's all off. This kingdom is so backwards to a point where the Lord just have to destroy it with thermonuclear fire, and is right around the corner. The spirits is out here. It's just that the Lord is just, destroy not the earth until the servants are sealed. So the doors of repentance is still open. And you women supposed to stay in order. Be a woman. Don't be a man. Just be a woman and stop being, foolish children. Be a woman. Take care of children. Honor your husband. Have questions. Respect. Ask with respect and sincerity, and he will apply you. He will apply you with his knowledge and have the understanding to keep quiet and do the best of your ability to show him that you understand. We're going to go back to the book of Isaiah. And women rule, O my people, they which lead thee, they which lead you, cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy path. So our men is through, And this is going for all of us Israelites was through before we got into this truth. We're through, and then we start putting a woman on a pedestal. He making them do whatever they want. They could be singers, they could be dancers, they could, they could wear pants, they could, have their own crib and not needing a man. Good jobs, doctor, hospital, lawyers. All it is madness, and now today society, Esau put them at a point where they could be a judge. A woman could be a judge in a courthouse, and that's real out of order. That's real bad. Cause right? Salah. Destroy the way of thy path. Now, I'm going to jump down to 16. Moreover, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai safe. This is what he said. Because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking menacing as they go, and making a tinkling of their feet. So they meaning they're walking. You know how women sway their hips. and trying they see a you know a fair brother, like a fair man, they they're wanting, they looking like, they using their image, their beauty to seduce a man to get them or come talk to them, and then they're quick and willing to, if a man say that he got money, he got cars, he got this, they're gonna, they absorb that like a sponge, and then, they're gonna want to accept the man, and then next thing you know, they end up meeting it should, they get in the bed, and it gets down, and that man's gonna leave her because he doesn't know. Let's say if it's a brother, if once that brother sleep with that woman, he's married to her, but once he leaves, she's considered a whore, and he's, he just hoarded her out. So that's bad. A woman's supposed to stay with one man. So, but this is the conditions we're in. Walking and menacing as they go, and making a tickling of their feet. This is what the Lord cursed y'all with. So therefore, verse 17. Therefore, the Lord Yahweh Shemashai will smite with a scab, meaning they have baldness in their head, so they're pretty much ugly. With the scab, the crown of their head, the daughters of Zion, and Yahweh Shemashai will discover their secret parts. So, meaning they're gonna have. Man, Yahweh Shemashai is terrible. So they sleeping around. That's the secret part, which is their, their private area. They're gonna have a stink. It's not gonna smell good. So, man. But in that day, the Lord will take away. This is verse 18. The bravery of their tinkling of the feet, so that all hell breaking loose, and that's coming. That's Jacob's trouble, and that's Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. You guys can read that. Tinkling ornaments about their feet, and their calls, and their round tires like the moon. So it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad what he will do to them. Y'all can read verse 19 going on down, but y'all get the point here. So, you women got to get it together, because that destruction is coming, and this is what's going to happen for the righteous men. Listen, book of Isaiah chapter 4 verse 1. And in that day 7 women shall take a hold of one righteous man, meaning the elect, one man, the man of the Lord, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel, meaning the righteous clothes like dresses, and basically doing righteous, whatever the man telling how to conduct themselves, they're supposed to, wearing dresses and covering it, and stop eating pork, shrimp, lobster, shellfish, so on and so forth. Only let us be called by thy name and take away our reproach. So a man could remove a sin, because he is the glory of her, and the glory of that man is Yahweh Shai. And it goes to show that Yahweh Shai is dealing with his men only. He's not dealing with any women. He's dealing with the men. So whosoever woman catch a man in the Lord is lucky, because you just basically caught the prize. You just basically caught the kingdom of heaven. All right, Salakia. Guess I made this video a little longer than I expected. I'm looking for another book right now. Salakia, brethren. So we're going to go to 1 Corinthians chapter 11. Verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach. See, that's what I was, this is what we was talking about earlier. The head of every man is Hamashiach. So Yahweh Shai is above us. The Israelite man, the elect, but in generalization, the Israelite man. Every man, the head of every man is Hamashiach, and the head of every woman is the man. So the head of every woman is the man. So we're the glory of the woman. So whenever she walk with her man, we're the glory of her. So she is being shined from us. Every woman is a man, and so on and so forth. And the head of Hamashiach is Yahweh. So that's the order that's said. Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonor his head. So brothers, try the best of your ability to try to uncover your head when you're praying or prophesying about Yahweh Shemel Shai. But every woman that prayeth, this is what a woman's supposed to do: pray or prophesy with her head. Meaning, when she's reading the scriptures, she's supposed to have her with her head uncovered. So basically, if she's praying with, but every woman that pray or prophesy with her head uncovered, dishonor her head, where that is even all one as if she were shaven. So she's supposed to cover her head. So if she has her head uncovered, it look like she has her head shaven. So if the woman be not covered, let her also be shorn. But if it be a shame for a woman to be shorn or shaven, let her be covered. So she has to be covered. I want to give all. I'm gonna end it at Salakia. Little all over the place. I'm looking for the book of Peters. Give me a moment. Salakia, brethren. Book of Peters. All right, so Peter's, 1 Peter's, chapter 3, verse 1. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection. This is what a woman's supposed to do. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversations of wives. So a woman is supposed to be in subjection to their husband and obey the word of what he say. So you gotta respect your husbands. You sisters out there, respect your husbands. That's very important. Verse 2, while they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear, whose adorning, let it not be that outward adorning or plaiting. So you're not, this is not how you're supposed to conduct yourself. They're here, so you're supposed to cover your head and wearing of gold or of putting on the apparel. Salakia. And this is the account that Peter is bringing from the Old Testament. Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord. So a woman's supposed to call her man Lord. Calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are as ye do. And this is verse 6 in the same chapter, 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 6. Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well, and are not afraid with any amazement. So you're good with the man of the Lord, is what the Lord is saying. Likewise, ye husband, though with them according to knowledge. So you got, we got to go off the word and, move with knowledge. and this is for the Israelite man, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel. So the woman is considered the weaker vessel, as the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. So I'm gonna end it there. And I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. That's the name of the Heavenly Father. And in the name of his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles from Tahar going down, Tahar, Gabar, Aramlab, and Rakah. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Enough respect to you brothers preaching and teaching the truth worldwide. Stay strong, Akim, and let your woman be in order. Shalom, the water.